Hey everybody, it's Jim here, and I'd like to start this video out by saying happy birthday to Harley Benton Guitars. 25 years and still going strong, and I wish you many more going into the future. Today, we're going to be checking out one of the 25th anniversary models, the Fusion 3, talking about what makes it a little bit different from the standard production run, putting it on the bench to check out the specifications, all that kind of fun stuff, and then giving it a run through with the Friedman Pink Taco version 2. I feel that this guitar and that amp are going to get along very, very well. But before we get started with any of that, I just want to make this very clear. This is not a sponsored video. I was not provided this guitar from Tolman or Harley Benton, but I do have an affiliate link. If you do find this useful or you want to purchase this guitar or just support this channel, you can feel free to check the description of this video and use that as you may. Even if it's not for a Harley Benton, I would really appreciate that. It helps me to continue making more content like this for you guys. With that out of the way, let's get this guitar on the bench and let's see what it's all about. The 25th anniversary Harley Benton Fusion 3 shares a lot in common with the production equivalent model. Both of them have Niato bodies with satin finishes, although this finish is exclusive to the anniversary models, this Fire Mist Gold, which in person is a bit more copper. I really like it. It's quite classy. You have a Wilkinson 2-point modern tremolo system with an actual lock here for the bar at the back of it, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about it falling out. You have one master volume, one master tone. The tone has a push-pull to split the bridge humbucking pickup, a 5-way selector switch, and a truss rod adjustment at the bottom of the neck, meaning you don't have to remove it should you need to make any adjustments on the fly. The biggest difference between this and the regular production model, however, are the pickups. This comes equipped with the Tesla pickups as opposed to the regular model that comes with the Roswells. In every test that I've had with Harley Bentons, I've greatly preferred the Teslas, so I'm really excited to see how this guitar is going to sound with these equipped in it. Now, before we have a look at the back, I should point out that this guitar does have black binding on the top of the instrument, however, none on the back, which makes sense because it has a belly cut. Now, one thing I really loved about the original Fusion 3 that also carries on to this model, you can see here, not only are these screws recessed into the body, meaning there's no plate in the way when you are reaching the upper frets here, but it actually slopes. So when you are coming up the neck, you have a little bit more give to be able to reach those higher frets, and that's something that's really practical, and it's a really good design from Harley Benton to implement. And now we're on to what was my favorite part of the original Fusion 3, and that is the neck. This is a roasted Canadian maple neck with 24 stainless steel medium jumbo blacksmith frets on it. The edges are pretty darn smooth, if I do say so myself. We will be measuring the neck thickness momentarily, but first I'm going to be checking the level of the frets. Alright, so I'm not going to lie to you, once we got to the 18th fret, there was no point in trying to measure anymore. The fret guru is simply not short enough to be able to accurately measure, and the distances between the frets would not allow me to get it. However, the frets that we did get up until then, incredible job. On par with even Fender Japan, which is the highest praise that I can give to anybody, really, because those guys always knock it out of the park. But it's more impressive with this guitar because coming in at $400 US, it's remarkable that these frets are as level as they are and that the fret edges, again, are as smooth as they are. Now we're going to go ahead and measure the neck thickness at the 1st and the 12th fret. 0.83 at the 1st fret. 0.95 at the 12th fret. And finishing up on the headstock, you do have your Harley Benton 25th anniversary decal, a tusk nut, 2 string trees, and then on the back, you have your Made in Indonesia stamp and 6 locking tuners. Alright, so my initial impressions of this guitar, it's relatively lightweight, coming in at 7 pounds, 3 ounces, or 3.25 kilograms. The neck on this feels fantastic, both in terms of the shape and the thickness of it, and the finish on the back of it. It's got this lovely, silky, smooth satin finish going for it. Quality control-wise, we didn't focus too much on it because there wasn't a whole lot for me to pick out. I did notice underneath the bridge pickup, there was a little bit of a kind of finish blemish right there, but outside of that, the guitar is really good as far as the finish goes itself, so nothing else to really point out or to complain about. Now it is on to the sound samples. It's going to be guitar straight into the Benson preamp when we want to use a little bit of edge of breakup, old school kind of sounds. The Strymon Bellante will be providing any bit of reverb that you might be hearing, and everything else is going to be from the Friedman Pink Taco version 2, mic'd up by the SM57 straight into the Universal Audio Apollo interface. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing so far, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment about what other guitars you might want to see on this channel in the future. But with that out of the way, let's hear this.
Thank you.
Now, when I first demoed the original Fusion 3 that was released by Harley Benton, the only thing that I said could potentially need a little bit of improvement, should you want to do so, would be the pickups. I liked the Roswell pickups, but I didn't love the Roswell pickups. These Tesla pickups, fantastic. I don't see the need to rip these out whatsoever. I feel like the bridge really handles gain well, but more importantly, these two single coils in both the middle and the neck, they do a really good job of doing cleans and that edge of breakup sounds that I really like. So kudos all the way around, and it's something that you wouldn't have to worry about doing after the fact unless you wanted to throw something like active pickups in a guitar like this. I know some people might want to go down that route. However, I know Harley Benton do offer some guitars with those as standard. Just some food for thought. And in regards to both the tuning stability and the 2-point tremolo system when put into use, you would have seen I did stress test this a little bit and it passed with absolutely flying colors. I would highly recommend, no matter what the brand is, no matter what the guitar is, if you get a guitar with a vibrato or a tremolo unit on it, make sure that the nut is filed well. In the case of this guitar, it was filed fantastic from the factory. There was no pinging when tuning the strings or anything like that. Made sure the nut was lubricated, lubricate saddles potentially, and you're not gonna have any problems. This guitar really needs nothing. It performs amazing for $400. Hell, it performs amazing even if it was $1,000 in my humble opinion. Nothing to really complain about whatsoever. Now, I know a gig bag might not be the most important thing to everybody, but for some people who do want to take this guitar out to play as is, it's something I feel it's worth going over. This is a very nice gig bag. It has the neck strap and the support built into it, which is really decent. It's not a really thin and flimsy gig bag, and that's really good. I'm going to compare that with two other gig bags. The first being this. This is a typical Fender Japan gig bag. It is paper thin. There is no support whatsoever. You don't have any other compartments on the front outside for the one main one at the base of the bag. This is what that guitar came in, and that was by no means a cheap instrument. Also, this is a Paul Reed Smith gig bag. This is what comes with a $2,700 CE24, and honestly, it's not all that different than the one that comes with the Harley Benton. You open it up, albeit it's a different method of having neck support, but you do have neck support, and outside of that, it's around the same exact thickness, just the one nice little front compartment, and that's it. So I have to give credit where credit is due. The Harley Benton gig bag that comes stock with these guitars, thumbs up. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, I don't think you're going to be surprised by my final kind of verdict on this guitar. I really like it. I am impressed with this instrument, just like I was impressed with the original version of the Fusion 3. This just takes it up to a different level with these Tesla pickups. I love them. I definitely prefer them to the Roswells. As far as the competition goes, we're going to mention two guitars. First, one from Harley Benton, the aforementioned regular Fusion 3. It's about $100 less, but keep in mind, you're not getting a gig bag with that, so if you want to have the guitar protected, you have to add that into the cost, as well as the fact that you are getting the Roswell pickups. But say you didn't love this Fire Mist Gold color, you liked one of the other colors like the Shell Pink or the Daphne Blue Satin, you could save money going that route, as well as use some of that money towards putting in whatever pickups you want, should you want something other than these Teslas. Although I cannot say enough how much I really do like these, especially through the Friedman amplifier. I think it's a really, really good match. Other competition, obviously, is the Charvel. The Charvel is more than double the cost of this guitar. It also comes with a gig bag, and honestly, I think it's a decent guitar. However, with that being said, I'd much rather have one of these guitars. One of the reasons for that is the fact that there's not much in it as far as the quality control goes, and honestly, with my experience with Harley Benton guitars, I think I would feel safer sight unseen having one of these than one of the Charvels. Again, not to knock one of those, we're just talking about my own personal experience here. And then on top of that, it's just a lot more money in my pocket that I could use towards other things, whether it's guitar related or just putting it into savings or other bills or things of that kind of nature. So unless you really want the name on the headstock, I don't see many other reasons why you wouldn't much want to go with a guitar like this. However, that's going to be where we're going to wrap up today's video. If you did find this useful, helpful, informative, or just flat out entertaining, please feel free to leave a like. It really does help me out a lot. Also, subscribing to the channel, leave me a comment, let me know if you picked up one of these 25th anniversary models, which one it is, and how you like it so far. But outside of that, thank you all for watching this video. Thank you to all the members who support this channel. You guys mean the world to me, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, everybody.